Okay, get yourself spiritually aligned. This is a very, very interesting topic. Again, I don't want to dive too deep into this because I'm not a spiritual guru. I'm just explaining the spiritual routines, the spiritual philosophies that I apply that excels myself into the personal branding and the digital lifestyle. So, why spiritual first? Because I conscientiously put it in the order. Because according to one of the books, I'm quite a book nerd, of Atomic Habits. You guys probably heard of this book. The book explains that any routine and any strategy you guys create for yourself when it comes to your lifestyle, it has to start from the deepest layer of yourself, and that is essentially your soul, but from a degree where we can control or have some autonomy over. That is your spiritual well-being. And honestly, this is something that I'm still practicing now recently, because again, I'm relatively young, and it is something that I was really never introduced to by any mentors or by any person. So you guys are quite lucky that I'm explaining this to you. But before you guys get yourself mentally and physically aligned and fit, make sure that your spiritual well-being is okay. Because I like to say this, as much as your soul is dead, your physical well-being and your mental well-being won't be able to keep up. So before you would like to make yourself physically and mentally well or prepared, make sure that you're spiritually fine. And so what are some of the ways, Julian, that I make myself spiritually aligned? And those specific strategies are really up to you guys, but some of the 3 things I would definitely would recommend is, number 1, religion. Whether or not you're religious, whether or not you're Muslim, Christian, Hindu, etc., it doesn't really matter. But if you are interested in having a spiritual enlightenment, they so-called say, or spiritually, moved or touched or spiritually awakened, religion are often, and the scholars and the preachers and what the religion teaches you often comes with a spiritual awakening. So if you guys are unsure where to find spiritual meaning or where to find spiritual importance, religion is definitely one area where you guys can look at. Number 2 is a daily practice I apply very, very often, and it is meditating. So being spiritually aligned involves myself meditating, if not every single day. So personally, not only biologically, I have quite a high blood pressure, but also spiritually, I feel like sometimes when I'm not really there, I use meditation as a tool to center myself and to refocus on the tasks and the priorities that are very, very important for me. So I would definitely recommend to meditate. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be 15 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour. It can literally be 5 minutes. It can even be 1 minute. The most important and the main message of meditating is to really just align yourself and to reflect on the decisions you have made so far. And this really, really helps you. So number 3 is and I like to apply this as well, and it's really relatable, I would say, to number 2 also. It is to actually have a walk in nature, whether it is going out for a walk in the park, in the jungle, whether you're going to a river, whether you're climbing up the mountains, whether you're hiking, whether you're even in the dirt or on the field. Walking with nature actually has a spiritual effect on me. It's very hard for me to explain this, but I personally believe that if you are closely aligned with nature, right, and everything that comes along with it, I feel like the nature will assist you, especially spiritually, with the things that you're really stressed about. So very often when I'm very stressed, or when I'm, a lot of stuff in my mind, and a lot of pressure, I'm a bit nervous, or I'm sad, or I'm angry, etc., I like to have a walk with nature, if we could metaphorically put it like this. So I like to not talk to a tree, but I like to go for a walk. I like to listen to the sounds of the river. I like to go to the beach or to the sea and feel the waves of the ocean. So gosh, this already sounds very poetic, but no, really, it actually does have a positive effect on me. And it is something I would definitely recommend you guys to try out, because for sure it will help you spiritually be not aligned with yourself also, but be aligned with nature. And nature is something that we can't ignore, and it is something that end of the day is always there, and something that we can never ever control. And so be aligned with nature.